Hey there YouTube, it's Elizabeth. In this video I'm going to tackle a few plants that need a little bit of extra help, and I'm going to be going on vacation, so we'll see how my plants do once I get back. So come along with me as I do some planty chores. Today I want to tackle this shelf and all the plants on it. So let's start here. This is my sad Peperomia argyreia. This plant I've had for about 10 months and it's just gone downhill. The leaves have always been just misshapen and deformed, and then recently I think I might have overwatered it and all the leaves are turning brown and falling off. All the leaves are droopy and now it has thrips. So I've decided this plant is destined for the trash. I love the look of the leaves with the beautiful watermelon print on it and the way they glisten in the sun. I think they're so beautiful, and this plant is just not doing it justice. So I've decided, I'm just gonna throw this away. I'm not happy with it. It's not doing me any good. I'm afraid it's just going to act like a petri dish and attract pests and breed pests and transfer them to my other plants, and so I don't want this in my collection anymore. So sadly, it's got to go. Back here, I have a what used to be a Peperomia argyreia propagation. As you can see, this leaf is floppy, so it didn't take, unfortunately, so it's going to go in the trash as well. For some good news, I have a Bromeliad guzmania pup that I got off of a Bromeliad, obviously. But I had a Bromeliad that had 9 pups. This one was the biggest. I kept the biggest. 4 of them did not make it. 1 of them I gave to my mom, and 3 I brought to the plant swap. So today what I want to do is take a look at the roots. Right now it's in peat moss, and if the roots look good, I want to put it in an orchid bark mix because they are epiphytes, and so I think that an orchid bark would be better for it as long as the roots look good. But it's growing, it's doing great. No pest issues, so yeah, that's some good news. I also have a Begonia maculata on this shelf, which is also looking pretty sad. It's just a bunch of sticks and like 3 leaves, which are all pretty small. It just went through a period of going downhill where it lost all of its leaves. It was losing a leaf per day. I might have overwatered it, I'm not sure. With this plant and with the Peperomia, I don't think I'll be getting these plants again. I think getting them once and then having them just go downhill through the whole life of the plant just kind of shows me that they're not the plants for me. Like, I have plants that are doing so well and growing and thriving and getting bigger and bigger, and those are the plants for me, not these. So, you know, either I'm doing something wrong, or maybe it's just something in my house that they don't like. The humidity, or maybe the soil is the wrong type of soil, or they're not getting enough light. Who knows? So anyway, what I'm going to do with this plant is cut these sticks way back, and hopefully that'll activate new growth points in it, and maybe it'll grow some new leaves for me. And like, this stick is completely dead, so I'll cut that one off. And what I also have going are some Begonia maculata propagations. I just have them in some water and they are rooting. Last time I looked at them, they a lot of them were rooting and some were even growing leaves. So I'm going to pop those in here as sort of a last-ditch effort to get this plant going again. And, you know, if that doesn't work, I'm okay with throwing this away as well, because it doesn't make me happy. It's not pretty to look at, and, you know, it's not a happy plant in general. So I also have my snake plant cutting in here, which is growing little baby roots, and there's a little baby plant on there, so that's exciting. I'll just keep that in the water and keep that going. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today with these guys. Okay, Peperomia, you're going in the trash. Have you guys read Marie Kondo's book, the tidying up book, how to tidy up your house, the magical something of tidying up? Anyway, she talks about how when you throw something away or get rid of something, you thank something, you thank the thing for it being in your life. And so I need to thank this plant. Thank you, Peperomia, for being in my life. Because of you, I know never to buy this plant ever again. My little propagation here is going to go in the trash also. This had 3 leaves and they were all rooted. I had rooted them in water. And then the first one died and then the second one died and now the third one is finally gone. So there they go. But you know what? That's two pots that are empty now. So if I get 2 new plants, I won't feel too bad about it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the roots of the Bromeliad guzmania. I'm just going to dump it out and we'll see what they look like. There's a little bit of mold, I think. So it's a good thing that I'm looking at this. I think the roots are really tiny. But let me take all the soil off first and then we'll be able to see. I didn't realize the roots would be so small. Ooh. Oh my gosh, they're so little. Did I just break something? I hope not. The roots are so fine. Now I'm wondering what I should put this in. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in the orchid potting mix and see what happens. Just because the peat moss was moldy and I think it was just too dense of a soil for the Bromeliad. And my brain is also thinking maybe sphagnum moss, but I think I'll just go ahead and do the orchid potting mix. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom and then fill it up. It's going to be pretty top heavy. Maybe I'll pot it down farther. Alright, that was pretty easy. It's got its new potting mix and I will put it back by the window. Let me throw this away. I'm just going to dump the water out of my propagations and see if I can use any of these. I think there's some good ones in here, so we'll see. Okay, there's what I got. Some are mush, so I'll throw those away. That one hasn't done anything. This one looks good, but there's barely any roots on it. But I'm gonna pot it up anyway and see what happens. This one looks awesome. There's some roots and some leaves and the top is mushy, so I will cut that part off. But yeah, the bottom there looks great. These have some growth on them, little baby leaves, but they don't have any roots. But since this is really a last-ditch effort, I'm going to pop them in the pot and see what happens. And then this one is mush, and this one is just about to be mush. And then this one looks good. It's got a leaf on there and some roots, so I will definitely use it. Let's give this plant a haircut before I add in the propagations. Oh, Newman, okay. No, I know, it's almost dinner time, huh? So, like, I can cut this off. That's trash. This one I'm going to cut way back. This I'm going to cut way back. I'm going to cut this one back. I'm going to cut this one way back. This one has a, you're not going to be able to see it, but it has what might be a little leaf growing on there, so I'll keep that. And I'm going to cut this one back. And I'll cut this one back. Let me cut these dead stems off as well. Yeah, that came right out. I've got just a pen and I'm going to stick it in the soil and then stick the stick in the soil. Oh, well, that broke off. It's still got roots though, so I'll put it in here. Now this one does not have any roots, but you know, we'll just find a place for it and see what happens. I'm not hopeful, but it's sort of a last-ditch effort to just to see what grows. You know what? That might have been upside down. Yeah. Oops. Let's do that instead. I'll put this one in the middle. I'm not going to water it. I watered it 2 days ago on Saturday. So my thing is I don't want to overwater it again. I've got it on a little pebble tray to try and increase the humidity. I don't know if that works all that much. And I've got pretty good humidity in my house. I live in North Carolina, kind of near the water. So the humidity's maybe around 60 to 70% this time of year, which is pretty good. So I don't know if that's my issue. This poor plant. Well, we'll see how it does. I'm just gonna, I'll water the, I was gonna say orchid. I'll water the bromeliad and I will put these back by the window. I've got my Vanda orchid hanging here because I watered it. I water it every day. Look at all the room I have on this shelf now. And let me put my begonia back. Hi, Casey. And my snake plant propagation, which is all alone in its little vessel now. I'm thinking I could put a grow light clip it here and have it shine on these three because they don't get as much light down there as these guys do up here. I might actually do that. So right now what I'm doing is watering all my moss poles, and yesterday I watered all my plants because I'm going to be going on vacation. I'm actually going to be visiting family in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I've boarded my pets. They're at the borders right now, and I think I'm pretty much all packed, and I'm just filming this real quick to say that I've watered my moss poles. As you can see up there, I have a water bottle, so I'm watering this guy, and I'm not too worried about the watering situation while I'm gone, but I am worried about thrips because I check my plants pretty much every day. Like I said before, I am a little bit of a hover parent, and I have had issues with thrips for the past few months. And since I check my plants every day, I can treat them right away when I find thrips. But since I'm going to be gone for 3 nights, I'm not going to be able to treat them once they appear. So I am a little bit worried about that. I had to go through and treat like 5 plants in the past week for thrips. So yeah, again, I am worried about that. But hopefully they will stay at bay, and when I come home, I won't have much of an issue. I am a little bit worried about my tomato plant outside because it needs water very often. It is just in a container, a 1-gallon container, and there's 3 plants in the pot. And so that needs water like every 3 days. So it was raining pretty heavily yesterday, so that has gotten plenty of water. So when I get home, I expect it to be pretty droopy, but hopefully it won't be too bad. I was thinking about bringing it inside, but I don't think I can do that because it has flowers on it right now, and the pollinators won't be able to get to it if it's inside. So I am going to keep it outside, and hopefully it won't dry out too much. Other than that, I think everything's going to be okay. I am going to turn off my grow lights and just keep all the windows open. But yeah, since I am going to Charlotte, it is a big city and there are lots of plant stores, so I will be, I am planning to visit some plant stores, maybe not plural, maybe one. I don't know which one yet, but there are some plant stores in Charlotte that I will hopefully check out. Yeah, I'm excited. I have a budget, and I don't know really what I'm in the mood for. Maybe an Peperomia, maybe a Monstera, but we'll see. I'm looking where I have some room on a shelf by the window, so yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys later. So sadly, this is what my tomato plant looks like. I was only gone for 3 nights, and yeah, let's just give this guy a drink. I did get 3 pots for it for free. They were out in front of someone's yard, so I got them for free. And I'm going to try and separate these guys and pot them up individually. But right now, let me give it a drink of water. So I just got home. You guys saw my tomato plant that I showed you already. And surprise, surprise, we have thrips. So a bunch of my plants got thrips, so I will be treating those in the bathtub. Aside from that, everything else did pretty well. I didn't think there would be any problems except for the ones that I thought would give me problems, my tomato plant and thrips. And those are the ones that gave me problems. So I will be treating those in the bathtub. Let's see, what else? Anything of interest? A couple things. Let me just show you a couple leaves that unfurled or are unfurling, which are exciting. So my Monstera deliciosa is putting out a new leaf here, and it's all the way out of the cataphyll. I did unfurl it to just take a look for thrips, and I don't see any thrips, which is excellent. But it doesn't have any fenestrations on it, which is surprising because the previous leaves had fenestrations. Oh, I'm trying to grab at it. Which one? It's this one back here. This one had fenestrations, a lot of fenestrations. And this one doesn't have any, so I'm guessing that the plant is not receiving enough light. Actually, I didn't unfurl it all the way. I only unfurled it halfway, so maybe the other half will have a fenestration or two, but this side doesn't. So yeah, I know these Amazon grow lights are a little cheap, and obviously it's not getting enough light from it. So that's kind of, I mean, I'm a little disappointed because I like the look of the fenestrations and it gives it that jungly vibe. But I am glad to see that there are no thrips. Okay, what else? The newest leaf on my standleyana came out. So there it is. It's got some variegation on it. Very cute. If you haven't seen the previous leaf, it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that variegation. Wow. I love it. Also, my Splendid is putting out a leaf. She did all this while I was on vacation, so I can't wait to see that unfurl. No thrips on this plant, no spider mites, thank goodness. I need to water this moss pole. I didn't get a chance to water it before I left. But yeah, it's a good size as well. It's already almost as big as the previous leaf. My phone is ringing. Okay, anyway, I just showed you my Splendid, and one more leaf that just came in is on my silver sword, my Philodendron silver sword, and it just surprised me with this new leaf, and I didn't even know that it was coming in. This leaf had was like not even all the way unfurled, and then I come back from vacation and surprised there's another leaf. So that's pretty cool. Again, no thrips on this plant. I have had to treat it in the past, but thankfully no thrips. Let's go into the bathroom and I will show you which plants I do have to treat. Okay, here we are with everyone. I've got my Monstera esqueleto, my Monstera obliqua, my Philodendron pastazinum, my Philodendron my Philodendron Rojo Congo, my Philodendron Prince of Orange, and my Caladium Hilo Beauty. So all these guys have thrips. I will be treating them with Fungicide 3 from Garden Safe. I get this stuff at Lowe's. I want to say that it works, but I find myself keep treating them. So, you know, I don't know if it works and then they just come back on their own, or maybe it doesn't work. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be treating them with. You guys have seen me treat plants before, so I don't need to show it. But anyway, that's that. Oh, I do have one more thing to show you. I got a plant while I was on vacation. First I got 2 cuttings from my mom's snake plant that were kind of ugly on top. So we just cut them off, and I'm going to propagate them and see what happens. So those will go with my other snake plant propagation, which is doing well. It's got a tiny little plant on it. And I got a siltepecana. This is a Monstera siltepecana. The bag has already tipped over and dirt has fallen out. So, let me get it out to show you. Here it is. Isn't it pretty? It's got like silvery kind of leaves and then green, like dark green where the veins are. There's 2 growth points on this plant, and I will be putting it on a moss pole. I'm going to do that in a separate video. I got it at a store in Charlotte called Grow. And it was a cute little store, and they had lots of aroids, lots of Hoyas, lots of succulents, a nice selection of plants, some uncommon and common plants. So that's my little siltepecana, which is fun to say. Siltepecana. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. Newman says, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.